This is from Randy Scruggs. The story behind that. Do you want to hear the story as to why I learned that?
Yes.
But I'm cry. I learned that what, Jeannie? What date did your dad? Was that 2000?
2001 or 2002. Yeah. 2002.
I could have learned that Amazing Grace. That version or another version or my own, whatever. I could have learned it a long time before then. And I didn't. I just didn't, it wasn't at the top of my list or whatever. And then in the year 2001, I believe it was, or a year before my dad died, my wife and I were getting ready to go on a steelhead trip. We were going to leave Pocatello and head over to Kalama, Washington, fish for summer steelhead in August. And I got this call. I answered the phone. It's like a day before we were to leave. This person on the other phone is an ex-student of mine, I think. And she says, "Oh, Mr. Balsai, blah, blah, blah." And we go through all the introduction stuff. And she says, "I'm getting married in September, first weekend in September, or second weekend, whatever it was." And she says, "I'd like you to do the music, and blah, blah, what do you charge, and all that." I said, "Oh, so we got all that stuff out of the way." And I said, "Okay, we'll look forward to it. I have to be back for school anyway, by the first weekend in September anyway. So yeah, we'll be here, She goes, "Well, before I hang up, I have one request. Could you do Amazing Grace?" And I go, "Oh, well," I forget her name right now, it's a long time ago. I said, "We're leaving on a trip tomorrow. I have to be honest, I don't think I'm going to sit down and try to learn a new piece while I'm steelhead fishing under the chutes." I said, or the clam, or either one. I said, "So I got to tell you, I might know it by then, but I wouldn't count on it." So she said, "Well, that's okay. I can get somebody who can sing it off the pillow. But you might want to count on that. So I can do the rest for you." So we did. I took this tape out then that her sister had sent me She sent me a cassette tape of the Will the Circle Be Unbroken album by Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I looked for that. It took me about 20 minutes to find it. Looked for it, pulled it out. I found the Amazing Grace that Randy Scruggs does on there. Found it, stopped it, said, okay, there it is. Set it on the counter. And then we left the next day. I can't remember if I took it with me, thinking I would probably listen to it, but I didn't, you know. I don't remember if I took it or not. I just know I didn't listen to it. We went on the trip, across the steel, I came back. I kind of almost forgot about it. And then I started school and started teaching, and I had an ex-student who would come in to visit, and his name was Mike Lance, I still remember. And he comes in and he says, hey, high five, Mr. Balsai. And we start talking, how was your summer, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, it's great. He said, oh, by the way, have you ever seen the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou? I go, oh yeah, it's great, you know, it's a great movie. He said, hey, I'm getting into that music. I said, oh, neat, cool. He said, I got a request, because I was teaching him guitar. He wanted to know if I could continue teaching him guitar at lunch. I said, yeah, we could do that. He says, why got a request? I said, what's that? Because can you play Amazing Grace? What's going on with this Amazing Grace, you know? So I said, oh, no. As a matter of fact, he says, well, he stops me. He goes, do you know? I said, I have to learn that. He goes, well, if you're going to learn it, do you have a copy of the Randy Scruggs? I said, Randy Scruggs, yeah, it's on my countertop back home. I pulled it out like 3 weeks ago, you know, before I went on this trip. I said, well, yeah, I'll listen to it. I haven't listened to it yet. It's been a long time. I said, maybe Thanksgiving. I can figure it out, and then we can work on it. So that's what happened. I waited till Thanksgiving. We had a 4-day weekend or whatever it is, Thanksgiving. And I finally pulled it out. You know, it took me an hour to figure it out. It was a G tuning. Maybe not quite an hour, 30 minutes maybe. So, okay, it's a G tuning. So then I figured it wasn't hard after that. So I got it, and I started teaching Mike Lance Amazing Grace, right? Randy Scruggs is Amazing Grace. So then, 2002 comes. April, May. Her dad passes away. I get this call from her sister, Dorita, who sent us that tape like 10, 15 years earlier. And she says on the phone, Scott, can you play Amazing Grace? As a matter of fact, I did. So I paid it for her.